Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal back with a new Mr. Informal podcast. We are on the Mr. Informal podcast 239. I hope you are doing well today. I am sorry about that. I hope you are staying safe, always healthy, and I hope you are enjoying your New Year's, new month so far. And so I just want to remind you, please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORMAL, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so, what do we have for this Mr. Informal Podcast 239? Well, we got 4 topics. Number 1, Nike and Tiger Woods and their long-term partnership. Unbelievable. Wow. Number 2, there have been reports that people all over the world might limit their social media attention less in 2 years. Number 3, it looks like the underground hit website and also app Soundcloud is going up for auction. That's correct. And then last but not least, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is coming up, and so I'm not sure if you've been noticing, but lately there has been a lot of MLK fashions, especially in sneakers and also graphics t-shirts that is dedicated to the day, and also it's a lot of people wear it for the whole month of January and also moving on, carrying over to February. But nonetheless, MLK fashion is basically coming in full effect soon. And so those are the 4 topics for this Mr. Informal Podcast 239. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. On to topic number 1 from retaildive.com, titled Nike, Tiger Woods and Partnership After 27 Years. Wow, 27 years. So golfer Tiger Woods and Nike announced on Monday that they ended their partnership. Woods issued a statement about the move on X, formerly known as Twitter. Over 27 years ago, I was fortunate to start partnership with one of the most iconic brands in the world, Woods said. The days since have been filled with so many amazing moments and memories. If I started naming them, I can go on forever. Phil Knight's passion and vision brought this Nike and Nike Golf partnership together, and I wanted to personally thank him along with Nike employees and incredible athletes I have had pleasure of working with along the way. Knight, one of the Nike's co-founders, led the company for over 50 years. He stepped down in 2016. Over nearly 30 years, Woods likely earned estimate $500 million through Nike brand partnership, according to The Guardian. Well, it looks like Nike's leadership most likely told Tiger Woods that they're ending this because he's not winning anymore. But I mean, we could say the same thing about Michael Jordan, where the Jordan brand is still going strong, and yet for some reason Nike is ending their partnership with Tiger Woods. Also, there's no bigger name in golf other than Tiger Woods. If you look at in basketball too, Kobe Bryant recently passed away, and yet their partnership is still strong. I'm gonna guess is that golf doesn't nearly make as much profits as basketball, but Nike should enter golf and should go full force with it, because Nike is not a great brand or a strong brand when it comes to golf. You know, Titleist is probably the biggest name brand in golf, and then you have Travis Matthew coming in to the game. And so it's interesting here. Most likely Nike will continue with the golf brand, but it would not be on Tiger Woods' name. And to me, it's such a shame that they ended this partnership. Most likely Tiger Woods is not gonna go on to another brand. Heck, I would not even be surprised if Tiger Woods decide to go to Travis Matthew, maybe Titleist. So PGA Tour.com noted that nearly 3 decades Woods was in Nike gear for every iconic moment of his pro sports career. On X, Woods did not indicate if he had another brand partnership lined up. Instead, Woods used the opportunity to promote the upcoming Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament in February in Los Angeles, which he is hosting. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, Nike's gonna have to find another golfer. Hopefully it's gonna be as good and as famous as Tiger Woods. Only the future will tell. On to the second topic from retaildive.com, titled "Half of Consumers Will Abandon or Significantly Limit Social Media Interaction by 2025 per report." Wow. I would be very surprised if this happens. So a perceived decay in the quality of social media platforms will lead 50% of consumers to abandon or significantly limit their interaction with social media next year, according to findings by Gartner. The top reasons for perceived decline in social media platforms include spread of misinformation, toxic users, and prevalence of bots, per the report. 70% of consumers state that the greater integration of generative AI into social media will harm the user experience, according to Gartner's survey over 260 consumers conducted last summer. And you know what? I agree. All these bots and AI are meaningless. They are not organic. You can even tell from social media to YouTube Shorts to TikTok. All these bots, man, all these AI generated videos are useless. They don't really get into finer details. It's not organic, especially when you're doing a review. It's just not there. The human interaction is just not there. So a separate Gartner survey last year found 72% consumers believe that AI-based content generators could spread false or misleading information. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, really? It doesn't take that long to think about that. Of course it spread misinformation, fake news. Mistrust and lack of confidence in AI capabilities will drive some consumers to seek out AI-free brands and interaction. Why said a subsection of brands will shun AI and prioritize more human positioning. This acoustic concept will be leveraged distance from perception in AI-powered businesses as impersonal and homogeneous. This is why I don't understand this so-called AI generation, AI revolution. I don't want AI in my car. I don't want AI on my phone. Let me do the effing work. What's so hard about that? I don't want to interact with my phone too much. I don't want to interact with electronics too much. Bad enough, I'm dealing with a computer at work, and now you tell me that I have to interact more at home? No way. No way. So most marketers and communication professionals have experimented with artificial intelligence, according to a survey last year by the conference board in collaboration with Ragan Communications. Common application of AI for marketers includes summarizing content, personalizing customers, and user content, improving customer service per their findings. You need an AI to improve customer service. Really? Then that lets you know the management, the boss, the CEO, and everybody around it sucks. They have no vision. You need an AI to tell you how to provide a better service. Why don't you just ask the customer? It's like, hey, what can we do to improve on so and so, blah blah blah. It's not even that hard. But in any case, if the new generation will spend less onto social media, great. I'm all for it. But me, I want to see it. You know, actions speak louder than words. Hopefully this report is true, and I'm really praying this report is true. If not, well, life goes on. People are still terrible. Nothing have changed. It's still getting worse, and I'm really hoping that the new generation will go out there, go outdoors, do some exercise, play sports, or go hiking, or go anywhere but the house. On to the third topic that I'm really quite sad, because I've been using this to listen to music, new music, underground music. So from hypebeast.com, titled SoundCloud is reportedly looking to sell for $1 billion. Wow. SoundCloud is reportedly gearing up to sell in 2024. Sky News reported first Rain Group and Temasek Holdings, the investment funds belonging to Singapore government, took majority stake in the streaming platform in 2017, a decade after it was founded, for a collective $170 million. Wow, that sounds like a bargain. In 2020, SiriusXM invested in its own $75 million USD, but SoundCloud has still continuously struggled to be profitable, even after multiple waves of company layoffs. The funds have begun interviewing investment banks for a potential sale, according to Sky News. Current talks reportedly suggest SoundCloud could sell upwards of $1 billion. Well, the biggest problem of all of this is just that record companies copywriting strikes. That's the biggest company, even though all the music in SoundCloud are all mixed and fair trade use. They're not doing anything illegal. They're not pirating. They're using their own mix, hand mix. So that's number one. And then number two is that SoundCloud is not marketing itself. Whoever the marketing department in SoundCloud is terrible. It sucks. Needs to be fired. And then part of it in that marketing is that they're not going out there and recruiting different types of people or different type of artists, different types of DJs. I mean, seriously. I mean, you had your run back in the from 2010 to 2017. It was great. SoundCloud was great. I listen to SoundCloud every week, or at work, or whenever I drive. I mean, and now it's just people are just going to Spotify instead. So according to a Billboard who spoke with two company employees, SoundCloud has been eyeing a sale that would increase the valuation of the company since at least the second half of 2022. The publication also reported that COO and CFO Drew Wilson was planning to lead the company after 3 years in a role. It's unclear whether CEO Elia Seton, who was just appointed in May 2023, would remain as CEO. No, he won't. He's probably going to leave. Not only that, I mean, it's pretty obvious that this is a dying company. For $1 billion, I mean, I won't be surprised if they find somebody, they find a sucker to buy it. But at the same time, whoever this person buys this SoundCloud, I mean, you have Spotify, Pandora, was it Music Cloud or something like that, to go against. I mean, even TikTok, I guess you can say, and YouTube Music. After that, that's it. I mean, I do think that SoundCloud has a market in terms of mixing. You got DJs and all of that, but again, they're not these people are not marketing it. You don't see SoundCloud in commercials, in ads, in billboards, and even if you do, it's quite rare compared to Spotify. You know, maybe SoundCloud needs to have a subscription model, or maybe monthly model, or a yearly model. I mean, let's be honest, there's so many ways to make money, and yet it seems like they're not doing it. Heck, they even have to go against with Apple Music. Like, seriously. And again, whoever the sucker who buys this for $1 billion, you can already tell that they're gonna fail, because no leadership or nobody seems to have a vision of what they want SoundCloud to be. You want it to be the same as Spotify, a podcast platform, a music platform, or everything. But then you have to contend with these copyright strikes from music labels. That's what YouTube has been going through. Spotify has been going through. You have to have a cachet as Spotify to even go through this. So, heck, Spotify need their own lawyers to go against these copyright strikes. If I was an upcoming independent artist, of course I would want Spotify to have their own independent lawyers to go against these copyright strikes. But Spotify don't want that because they don't want to go through that. Even though Spotify has the money, heck, when they buy lawyers, it's pretty obvious. Why don't you just have a lawyer that works hourly? But we'll see how this goes. But I'm quite saddened that, SoundCloud might not even have the future to live. On to the last topic. Well, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is coming up. And as usual, the trend of fashion in the memory of Martin Luther King Jr., especially his speech, the Dream Speech, or I Have the Dream Speech, excuse me. It's going to be commemorized, and also many news outlets also going to celebrate it and also remind people that it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And hopefully wherever you are in the world, you are enjoying it. And certainly the styles or the influence of Martin Luther King Jr. is not just in people's mind, but it's also in fashion. As usual, Nike, Adidas, New Balance is also commemorating a lot of his mindset, and also MLK in shoes. Usually, especially with Nike sneakers and even basketball, you see a lot of Martin Luther King Jr. limited edition sneakers or edition of certain shoes such as LeBron, even Kobe, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving's. I would not be surprised if Ja Morant even have MLK edition shoes, and also the Jordan PEs, all of that stuff. It's not just sneakers too, but also in t-shirts, graphics t-shirts. Now, don't be surprised if things are becoming corporate when it comes to the MLK Day. Don't even be surprised if there's even a huge sale, MLK Day sale. But look, it's been like that. Usually the Thanksgiving Day sale, Black Friday, and you also have Christmas sale. Everything's becoming commercialized, okay? It's not that I'm not against it, but what I am against is that are the people. What I am against are the people mindset thinking that MLK Day is nothing special or it is just too commercialized. But the fact is that to me it's something special because people don't seem to understand that Martin Luther King Jr. stand up for something, whether it be injustice, whether it be racial discrimination, and also freedom. People keep on forgetting about that. All they can think of is the holiday, is the day off, but they don't remind themselves. I think for me, we all have our own MLK ways, whether it be that could be freedom, that could be discrimination, that could be standing up for your rights, your written rights, and that to me it has a great effect. Now, again, I don't buy MLK limited edition items, but if you do, that's you. But I just want to let you know or remind you that please do not forget about MLK. But moving on in terms of fashion and style, whenever there's a sporting event, you also always see any announcers reminding everyone what today is or whatever it could be. But certainly they will remind everyone about the Martin Luther King Jr. Day and also what he stands for, especially in the American history and society. Now, right now it's quite small in terms of the fashion trends, but don't be surprised in the future this becomes so commercialized that it's becoming everywhere. Now, I don't mind it. Again, I don't mind it, but I just wish people would step back and think about it first before they suddenly accept it. Because I do think that there are strong messages out there, especially when people listen to his speech. And sadly, there are people out there who have not listened, read, and also watched his I Have a Dream speech. Now, it's not only I Have a Dream speech, he has also other speeches out there, whether it be in the local towns and local cities, especially with the debates with him and Malcolm X, and also with him going through interviews as to what he thinks and also his philosophies. But in any case, don't be surprised and get ready at the MLK limited edition fashion items out there. And so that basically concludes this Mr. Informal Podcast 239. I hope you listen to me from beginning to end, and if you did, I do appreciate it. And if you gain some insights out of it, I am glad that you listened to me. And please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORMAL.com, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MINFORMAL.com. And so I will see you in the next podcast. I hope you are safe, stay safe, always healthy, stay healthy, and wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I will see you in the next Mr. Informal Podcast. Bye-bye.